Welcome to the second section of VBA macro programming. Here we are going to discuss about comments in VBA macro and how to display message box and the different parts of message box. So let's move to a comment first. What are the comments in the VBA? In the macro, there are times when you require to put some sentence which will define about what is the macro all about is, or if you want to put information for a different developer where the developer will be able to see what type of macro you have written and what are the things which are working in that macro. So for that things we use the comments. How to write a comment in a macro window is you have to start it with an apostrophe and you can type the macro. This is their comment. And once you enter the line, it will auto convert it in the green color. That defines that it's in a macro or it's in a comment. So this type of line will not be interpreted while you are running a program. So if we continue with our last program where we displayed a sub p hello world and we displayed a message box saying as hello world, and over here if I write a comment is something like the below line will display a message box. Now if you run the program, this line will not be executed by the compiler, or we can say with the from the VBA program. Only this line will be executed. Now if I go and run as an F5, it will only execute the message box and it will ignore what has been written in the apostrophe. So if there are multiple lines, you can enter multiple times the values. And let's say if you want to comment a particular line, then you can either put an apostrophe over there, or if there are, let's say, multiple lines in a comment box in a program and you want to comment all the lines, then what you can do is you can click on this edit window. There is a small floating bar window appearing over there. There you can select all the multiple lines, click on the comment block button this, and this will be converted, all lines will be converted to the comments. And if you want to uncomment it, just click on the uncomment and all the lines will be again back to uncomment. So this is the use of comment in the VBA macro program, and this is the way how we use it. Now we are coming on to the different parts of a message box. So again going with the message box hello world. Now instead of this we are removing this, and now I am writing this again. So prompt. What is prompt all about? Prompt is the message which is going to display in the body of that message box. So I am typing, let's say I type as prompt hello world. Then there are option of defining some buttons over there. In generally the buttons are OK button, but if you want to have some different buttons, like you can have OK and cancel, or you can have yes no button, and also we can capture that information into one of our variable. So how to capture that information, we will be having a session, different session on that. So how to have a yes no button over there, so you need to write VB yes and no. There are different options as well. There is yes no cancel. So let's say we go with yes no for now. Then a title. So let's say I'm title the as knowledge pitara. Then there is a help file which you can define if you have a help file with it, and the context. So with which context this message box is going to be displayed. So far the remaining tools are again the optional ones, so we are not considering that for now. I'm just closing my, I'm entering this, now running the program. So you see the message box is being now displayed as yes and no, prompt as an hello world, and title my knowledge pitara. By default, if you see there is an yes button is highlighted, so if somebody is going to just press the enter, the yes button will be pressed. But in some cases, if you want to highlight another button, let's say I want to highlight no as a default button, for that what you can do is you can go with this and you can type VB default button. So you can have a 4 type of buttons, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So for now the no button is the second button, so I'm going to use VB default button. If I run the program again, now you can see the default button is the no button. Now coming on to one more thing into this is, let's say this information is a critical information for the user to look onto it. So you can type VB critical, and now if I run the program by clicking the run button, it will be a critical icon over there that this is some critical information for user. Similarly, we have a different options. We can use VB information. Now if you run the command information button, we can have VB exclamation. Now if you run the command, it will give an exclamation along with the beep sound, because it's a warning message. So there is a beep sound with it. Similarly, when we were typing the VB critical, and if we run it, it's a critical sound. So these are the system sounds which is automatically being picked up with the message box. So this is how the message box works, and in the later coming session we will also learn how to capture the button which has been clicked by the user, and then using that information into our code. That will be in the next session. So keep watching this channel, guys. Like my video, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment if you have any feedback or suggestion.